Hey guys, it's Michael from CultureShockCollectables.com, and today we're checking out the Gremlins 7-inch scale Gizmo figure. This is made by Neca, and I know it was released a little while ago, but hey, who needs an excuse to do an unboxing? Just got one of these for myself, decided to get high off my own supply. Big Gremlins fan, watched the movie the other night for the first time in ages, being a Christmas movie of course, and thought I need to get one of these for myself. So let's take a closer look here at the box. As Neca have been doing for a little while now, they come in a really cool window displayable box, so to speak, and as you can see, you've got some artwork here on the front with Gizmo, and a cool little catchphrase down there: what you see isn't always what you get. Ain't that true? So let's open this up. Of course, this is what I was mentioning just before. It comes in a box that has a really cool display window, so this is good for people that don't like to open their figures but still want a good way to display them. I think Neca really hit the nail on the head with this idea when they started doing these style boxes for their Ultimate range and a lot of their other figures as well. As you can see, the figure that we have here is Gizmo with a hell of a lot of accessories. We'll get to those very soon. There is some more cool box art there with Gizmo dressed as Rambo sort of thing, and of course on the back just some artwork of the figure and different poses. So before we actually get into opening this figure, a while ago when it was released, we had a customer purchase it, and they sent us an email after receiving it stating that this figure isn't 7 inches tall. And that is correct. Neca advertised this figure as a 7-inch scale figure, which I know can be a little bit confusing, and probably isn't the best way to actually advertise it, as the figure really is only probably maybe 3.5 inches, 4 inches maximum in length. So just keep that in mind, guys, if you are looking to purchase this figure for yourself. It is advertised by Neca as a 7-inch scale figure, but yes, the figure is only around about that 3.5 to 4 inches tall. So let's get the actual figure opened and see what it's all about. All right, so the box is open and Gizmo is free of his plastic jail cell. Let's just have a look at what it actually comes with, because this does come with some cool accessories. Of course, you get Gizmo in the packaging with this little rope thing around his waist. That does come off. It comes with a trumpet, candy cane, and arrow slash sort of dart that you can fire with the sort of makeshift bow and arrow paperclip thing from the movie. It does come with other eye sculpts, I'll call them, or face sculpts, just sort of different eye expressions. So we'll check some of those out a little bit later. But let's go ahead and get young Gizmo out. Just going to check the time as well. It's not after midnight. No, it's early. It's all right, I can feed him. All right, so checking out the figure, really cool detail on this figure. Quite heavy as well for something so small. What the hell is that? All right, so remove to enable the function. Okay, so this would be to actually remove the face sculpts, I believe. Let's go ahead and pull the trigger. Hopefully he doesn't give birth to any crazy gremlins. Oh, okay, tabs out. Looks like something you would have pulled out of a Digimon or something like that back in the day. All right, so what does that reveal? That reveals a circular button. When you press that, it does nothing. Let's see. Oh, okay. It actually controls his eyes. Check that out. That's cool. Sort of freaky. In a weird hotel painting sort of way. So that controls Gizmo's eyes. So that would have been fixed in the fixed position just for Packaging, so that it didn't look dodgy or have crazy eyes in the actual packaging. So yeah, once again, great detail on the figure. Really quite heavy for a small figure. We'll check out some of the accessories with Gizmo. We'll take off this rope for now, go a more classic look. Alright, so we've got Gizmo with his Santa hat on. The hat just literally sits on his head. It doesn't actually clip in or anything like that, so it can be a little bit unstable, so to speak, but does look pretty wicked. So I just want to take that off for a sec and just show you guys some of the articulation. This isn't the world's best articulated figure, but you know, I don't think you really need it to be. There's movement, of course, in the arms and the hands as well. They sort of spin and move. Nothing much more. The legs sort of have a little bit of play in them, and you can sort of tilt them left to right, but standard Neca, the joints can be quite stiff, and this is something that we always warn our customers about when buying Neca. They are fantastic figures, they look wicked, but just be careful with the joints. We've had returns in the past to Neca because joints and stuff like that have simply snapped as soon as someone moves them. Prime example of that is the 1/4 scale Ninja Turtle range. They are super stiff and really hard to pose. So yeah, typical Neca products. They are awesome, but an absolute bitch to pose. Let's check out Gizmo with a few more accessories, and we'll change around the face sculpts as well, and see what else he looks like. Alright, so we've got a few different face sculpts here for the figure. Mainly the main sort of differences are just sort of the eyes and the way they're open and closed. As you can see, some weird ass painting on there as well, not the best. The Rambo face sculpt, and just a sort of normal mouth half open sculpt. I actually like this one, the teeth look pretty freaky. Alright, so how do you get the face to come off? It's literally just yank it straight off. There's not really a technical way of doing it. Just pops off like that and reveals one super weird gremlin face there, but you can just snap on the other head sculpt. Look at that, I'm gonna have bulging eyeball. Let's pop on the Rambo style of head sculpt. This of course has the headband that goes around the back as well, so you'll need to lift that over when you are putting it on Gizmo. So just looking at Gizmo here with, of course, the Rambo style bandana on, and a couple of the accessories. What you are going to find here is that it is super hard to get him to hold these accessories, and that's probably due to the fact that he only has 3 fingers, but you can sort of just, you know, lean them in there or something like that, like I've done on the actual arrow. But it looks awesome, and you can definitely pose him in some pretty cool ways. I'll probably just stick to a very traditional way, like on the box, as the accessories don't really hold too well. But this is really a cool figure, and it's definitely made me consider collecting the actual set from Neca now. There are a few others available and a few coming in early 2019. You can get them all on Collectables.com, so feel free to have a look on there. But overall, I'm digging it. Big Gremlins fan, and the figure is pretty darn cool. One thing I forgot to mention earlier as well is there is some pretty cool articulation in the ears as well. You can sort of move them front, back as well to help pose young Gizmo. But yeah, overall a pretty cool figure. The joints do feel better than most Neca figures. I didn't feel like I was going to break them when I tried to move them. So overall, this figure for me is a big thumbs up, and I can't wait to get him on display. Thanks for watching, guys.